We don't believe in standing silent when that happens. We don't believe in them being silent set. You want to be commander-in-chief? You can start by standing up for the men and women who wear the uniform of the United States.
Exactly.
When it's not politically convenient.
That's right.
About that, Senator McCain, did the president have a point?
I think he has, but the fact is the overwhelming majority of Americans support the men and women who serve in the military, no matter what their sexual orientation is. I oppose the repeal without the assessment of effect on enlistment, morale, battle effectiveness, etc. But the fact is that we should honor every man and woman who is serving in the military and should in no way treat them with anything but the highest regard, different from the war that you and I had some involvement
Well,
in.
do you think that Republican candidates should have spoken up at that debate about that?
I do, but a lot of times you know when you're in a debate, you're thinking about what you're going to say and what the question is going to be. It's hard to react sometimes. So, but I'm sure that I would bet that
you got to pick a good lie. That's what he's trying to say. You got to pick a good lie.
You're just back from Libya, where you traveled this week. Yesterday, Army General Carter Ham, who heads the U.S. forces in Africa, told the AP that he thought the military mission in Libya is done. What do you think? Should the NATO mission be declared over, even with Gaddafi still at large?
I think that it's certainly one.
They want to get Gaddafi because he's the truth.
The victory has been won, but there's enormous challenges for the Libyans. There's still significant areas where they haven't gained control. They have no national army, Bob. And
basically, United States want to take over their national army.
Where they will go and where
Feel me?
They need a national army.
And we don't need
They've
that.
got thousands and thousands of wounded. They say that they've lost 25,000 people killed, 3,000 that have been maimed, 60,000 injured. That's their government figures. We should be helping them. We should be giving. They don't have the medical expertise and talent to take care of these people. Senator Rubio and Senator Kirk and Senator Graham and I went to a hospital in Tripoli. There are amputees there. We should be sending, either helping them by sending some of them to Landstuhl, our hospital in Germany, maybe even thinking about sending a hospital ship to Tripoli if that's too dangerous, maybe to Malta. But we can help them. They don't have the medical capability to care for all of these wounded. More are still coming in. I think that would be very important in our relations with the Libyan government.
He basically trying to get away for them to get into the war.
Like America.
For America to get into the war. They blow up that shit. They send that ship over there, they gonna blow that up. And then after that, we in the war with them.
Let's talk a little politics. Okay.
So we taking over the globe. That's what their whole plan is.
He would commit suicide before running for president. Now everybody tells me he is seriously reconsidering whether to get into the race. You think he's going to run? Do you think he ought to?
They talking about this.
No, it's a tough decision that only he and his family can make.
They trying to get the governor of New Jersey to do it. And how he enslaving us. He ain't did shit for us.
I'm a great admirer of Governor Christie. I think he's done a great job as governor. I think he's
That's why I'm down here in North Carolina.
Remember, he's starting from way behind in fundraising
With my baby.
and other areas. But look, I just mentioned we have the deepest bench in the Republican Party now that I have ever seen in my lifetime. We've got governors like Governor Christie and Governor McCain. We've got young senators like Rubio and Graham and Kirk and Kelly Ayotte in New Hampshire. We've got members of the House like Eric Cantor and Paul Ryan. We've got the deepest bench that I have ever seen. So I'm very excited about the future of the party. If Governor Christie decides to run, I wish him luck. I think that
you know what luck is? Luck is Lucifer.
Caution that always
yeah.
The swimming pool.
That's what luck is. Lucifer the devil.
Water may not be quite as warm as you think.
Well, you cite this deep Republican bench, and yet the polls suggest, and the anecdotal evidence, I mean, when I talk to Republicans, they don't seem very happy with the Republican field that's running. Why do you think that is?
I think it happens almost every time that people are not happy with the perfect candidate. I do note that Governor Romney and Perry and others are very competitive now. Others in the polls with the president, and I think that we have a good crop of candidates. I think the party will rally around the nominee, and I think we're going to win this next election.
Let me just quote what Rush Limbaugh said about Chris Christie the other day. He said the Republican establishment does not want a conservative to get the nomination. If they can co-opt the conservative, they will do it. And he said that speech that Governor Christie made out at the Ronald Reagan Library last week, he said he heard a lot of John McCain.
No.
What do you think he meant by that?
I don't know what Rush meant. He represents the voice of a strong, significant part of our party. I think that Governor Christie would record it, and I think that that's a pretty solid bit conservatives could rally around. But okay, as you know,
that's the devil's final hope.
I also say that I think it's time for the president
Chris Christie
to emulate what Bill Clinton
That
did
ain't
after the 92 or 4 election. Sit down with Republicans and let's try and work something out. People are sick and tired of what's going on.
Fat ain't it? Ooh, fat ain't it?
He's not going to pass his job.
Chris Christie's stomach is fat than the motherfucker. I left a thing on my Facebook that said, "Can I eat?" I only got 3 words, "Can I eat?"
Everybody I talked to in Arizona Street said, why don't you all sit down and reach some agreements? This economy is in the tank, and it's getting worse, and the housing crisis, which triggered all this, is not coming back, and we need to address the housing crisis in this country. While Wall Street is doing fine, Main Street is still hurting very badly. Have the president take the Bill Clinton approach, in my view.
Wouldn't the White House say to you, I keep asking them to sit down, and all they do is say no?
I just know for a fact that our Republican leaders now, they read the polls. They see how low opinion the American people have of us, but more importantly than that, the economy continues to stagger along. Remember last summer, I believe it was going to be the summer of recovery. So it's time we tried something different. And it works. The approval rating of both will go up if we will sit down and look. There are some areas that we would agree on. The payroll tax, a flat tax. Have you met any American that doesn't agree that we should reform the tax code? And I don't think we can put all our eggs in the basket of the super committee, as much as I admire and respect it.
John McCain, always a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
All right. When we come back, we're going to talk some more about Chris Christie with a Republican Governor, Haley Barbour, and a Democratic Governor, Martin O'Malley. In a minute.
My mom is, well, weird. She won't eat eggs without hot sauce. She has kind of funny-looking toes. She's always touching my hair. And she does this dancing finger thing.
With advanced technology from GE, now doctors can diagnose diseases like breast cancer on a cellular level so that women like Christie's mom can get personalized treatment that's as unique as she is.
She's definitely not like other moms. Yeah, my mom is pretty weird.
I hit the water, and everything changed. I saw what my life could be and found the strength to make it happen.
See the cross?
I lost my leg serving my country. Now I serve in a new uniform.
Helping people achieve without limits. At the Hartford, it's what we do and why we're the founding partner of the U.S. Paralympic team. Show your support at Facebook.com/the Hartford.